Finally, you're here.
We've been waiting for you.
Hi, would you like and subscribe? Thank you.
Hey kid, in this crazy book that we read called I Need My Monster, we met a kid named Ethan who actually needs a monster to sleep.
I need my Snakey. I need my pickle juice.
I need 2 pillows, 2 Mickey Mouses, and 3 crossword puzzles. Everybody needs something. Then, in How I Met My Monster, we saw how Ethan selected his monster. And let me tell you, it is a lot harder than you would think.
Let me tell you, you don't need monsters when you have 2 little brothers. I heard that.
But now, after all that, Ethan is on the verge of losing his bedtime monster.
Maybe the monster needs a vacation.
Maybe the monster wants a raise.
I don't think monsters use money.
Doug the dinosaur is correct. Monsters don't have any use for money. So clearly, we have to read, hey, that's my monster, to figure out what's up. But before we begin, is this cover upside down? Or are they upside down? The mysteries begin. Let's go. But first, we have to carefully creep through Monster Manor. Excuse me all. Yeah, I hope you're all having a good day. Very monstrous looking, yes. And okay, so far, so good. There's the kid I was mentioning, Ethan, and that's his monster right there, Gabe. And you might think, oh, he doesn't look so bad. He's just kind of small. But no, he in fact is humongous. Here we go. Tonight, when I looked under the bed for my monster, I found this note instead.
So long, kid. Gotta go. Someone needs me more than you do, Gabe.
What? That is abrupt.
What? You're expecting 2 weeks' notice?
Well, just more than 2 seconds notice. Gabe was my monster. Nobody needed him more than me. But that's what he's saying. But someone sure did need a monster. My little sister, Emma. Now that Emma slept in a toddler bed, she liked to do fun things like climb out, roam the house, and play noisy games at night. I knew a monster would keep her in bed so she could fall asleep. But not my monster. Oh no, I had to get Gabe back. And I feel like Ethan has a plan. I tiptoed across the hall to Emma's room. She wasn't even there. Okay, before we go on an Emma hunt, let's look at her room. Sure, a little messy, but charming. Look at the butterflies in the wall. A giraffe.
It is probably a French giraffe like moi.
Of course it is, Gilles. Also, check out the impressive collection of KidTime StoryTimes and the stuffies. And you know, maybe Emma might fall asleep if she read some of these, but no, she's too busy gallivanting around somewhere. Oh, but Gabe was in the room. Blink, blink. And of course, you can always tell Gabe is there if you don't see the eyeballs by the signature collection of green goo.
It's a drool puddle.
Okay, it's a drool puddle. Okay. I gulped, gulp, zoomed across the carpet, and leaped onto Emma's bed before Gabe could grab my toes, because that's their thing. Gabe scares Ethan by grabbing his toes, so that's why Ethan runs into bed quickly to avoid such a situation from developing. Gabe, I whispered, please go back to our room. I'll get Emma to sleep.
You're gonna get her to sleep? Ha! That's a good one. But you know what? I like you, kid.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'll give you 3 chances.
Oh, look at that. Showing the 3 chances.
If she's not asleep, I'll be back. And then Gabe was gone. Probably went on a coffee break.
Monsters drink coffee?
Bat coffee!
I know. I too am wondering, why did I even ask? Just then, Emma toddled into the room, looking quite awake, quite frankly, and she clearly needed a monster. Maybe she didn't know how to get one, but I did. Hey, Emma, I said, let's play. Can you knock on the floor? This is a setup. Emma knocked with a dinosaur. It worked! I heard some creaking under Emma's bed. Then something sniffled. It squelched and dripped. Ooh, I see eyeballs. And drool. Pink drool. So far, so good, I thought. This monster sounds scary enough for Emma. But Emma, does she look scared? She kept on playing. Well, maybe she hasn't noticed the monster yet? A slime-covered monster slid out. Oh, she sees the big monster now. It oozed towards Emma. Icky, she laughed, wiping one of the monster's noses. Icky, wipe. Ew, she is wiping monster snot.
Don't knock it till you taste it.
Ew.
Fine, more for me.
Emma wasn't scared or grossed out at all. Excuse me, I said to the mucus monster. I didn't catch your name. My name is Agatha, she said through stuffed noses. Time for bed, Emma. Emma giggled and wiped some more. Ew. I knew this wouldn't work. Thanks, Agatha. Nice try. But I think we need a monster with claws. Agatha snuffled, like probably this, but like 10 times more because of all the noses. And then she was gone. Emma, I coaxed again. Knock, knock. So she knocked on the floor with a teapot this time. And I heard more creaking. Then a slippery tail slithered out from under the bed. The second monster rasped. I'm Cynthia. Much better, I thought when I saw the jagged claws. Cynthia might be the perfect monster for Emma. And if Cynthia's tail is wagging, do we take that as a sign of friendliness?
100% no.
You know, I'm going to choose to believe her. I think she would know. But Emma blinked and said, pretty. Then she decorated Cynthia's tail with bracelets? That's not how that was supposed to go. Ugh, Cynthia snarled. I'm not here to play dress up. I'm here to scare you into bed. Cynthia rattled loudly. Rattle, 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 rattle. But Emma danced to the beat of the rattle. I'm sorry, Cynthia. This isn't gonna work. Well, I never. She sniffed like this, and then she was gone. Another one bites the dust. Cynthia, come back! Emma demanded, stomping on the floor. Excellent, I thought. Maybe that would summon the perfect monster for Emma. And then suddenly, tentacles, whoa, swarmed out from under the bed, and an icy voice called, "Whoo!" I shrank back in horror, but Emma, she was enchanted. Wow! Who's out of bed? The monster continued, "Come to Vladimir." And Emma, high-fived one of the tentacles. I don't think she was supposed to do that. And a third monster emerged. Whoa, that's wow, that's a lot. Yeah, right? Yeah. I already had doubts about this one. Well, Ethan is a bit of an expert on monsters, I guess. But he was my last chance. Vladimir, I asked, can you get Emma to sleep? Yes, he hissed, reaching for Emma. I can get her. But apparently, Emma just giggled and is currently hopping over the tentacles like jump ropes. Woohoo! Oh no, I blurted. She's not supposed to be having fun. This will never work. Vlad's tentacles drooped. And he slunk under the bed and he was gone. Probably deeply embarrassed. Sorry, Vlad. Boy, was I sorry. I was about to lose Gabe forever, ever, 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 ever. forever. Now Emma was coloring and singing, blah, 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 sing, flaw, ya, ya, I go fa, fa, fa. I do not believe we are any closer to bedtime. Gabe must have heard her because, oh, look who's back. Back again, slobbering up all the floors.
That's it, kid, he grunted. You had your 3 tries. Now it's my turn. Oh, look at the eyes. Look at the extra green gooey glue. Gabe's green ooze sizzled across the floor as he growled, "Put the crayon down."
Do you think she'll respond? No! Emma peered at my hulking, sharp-clawed monster and said, "Fuzzy!" "Hey, Gabe," I cheered. "Emma isn't afraid of you."
What?
Gabe burst out from under the bed and loomed over Emma, and steam is spurting from his ears, and it is suddenly extremely hot and humid in here.
Get into bed!
Gabe thundered with so much ferocity that it made the whole room shake, and her hair is flying in the air, but her face does not seem to suggest that she is even a little bit concerned. Emma hopped up, but she kept singing, "Fuzzy, fuzzy monster." Gabe, Emma's not scared enough to fall asleep. Please, let's just go back to our room.
No can do, kid, Gabe growled. I may not be the perfect monster for Emma, but I'm the best so far. At least she's in bed now.
He's got a point.
I gotta stay here. You're on your own.
This may be a case of monster abandonment. I knew Emma needed Gabe, but he was my monster. How was he ever going to get to sleep without him? I mean, what did I tell you? Finding the perfect monster is a process. Just then, we heard a tiny noise. Hick, hick, hick. Emma froze. Gabe and I peered under the bed. Hick, 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 hick.
Stella, what are you doing here?
Gabe asked. "Hi, Gabe," Stella said, tugging on her tutu. "You forgot your snack. Mama thought you'd be hungry, so she sent this." Who knew? Gabe had a little sister too. I thought Stella's hiccups were cute, but Emma obviously didn't. Stella sure noticed, and she tiptoed closer, hiccuping with every step. From under her covers, Emma squeaked, "Shoo!" What? Is this what's actually scaring Emma? "Shoo!" Stella repeated. "Oh, shoo! That's where toes go. I love toes." And Stella crept towards Emma's feet, and Emma squealed and scrunched in her feet and giggled. No toes, no toes. And look at the face on Big Brother Gabe and Big Brother Ethan. They look so proud, and she looks, well, hungry. Gabe laughed.
Stella, it looks like you're the perfect monster for Emma. Now, if you don't mind, you can get her to sleep while I get back to what I do best.
Stella nodded. I sighed with relief and switched off Emma's lamp. Then I ran to my room, leaped into bed, and scrunched in my feet so Gabe couldn't get them. Because both Gabe and Emma seem to have the same thing in common. They do not want monsters touching their toes. Meantime, before we switch the page, let's just look at Emma's new monster. How proud and excited does Stella look, especially knowing that now she has a job right next door to her big brother? I shivered happily. Shh. Emma had Stella, I had Gabe. Everything was back to normal. I shivered again. Shh. We'll all be asleep in no time.
You know what's scary?
What, Red Bear?
No, your little sibling who works right next door. I heard that.
That is not as scary as knowing that bats too may contain monster snot. She's behind me, isn't she?
Yep, she's there.
Hey, that's my monster. Dinner is served!